Hi everyone, this is a Sugar Facts channel, let's go. Fact 1, Crazy Shopping. The game has become so popular that gamers are ready to pay huge sums of money for virtual goods, which in this game are mostly clothes that do not affect the gameplay in any way. First of all, the virtual skirt for $500 made a splash. And then the price of the bandana rose sharply in the game. The fact is that it was available only with the pre-order of the game and very few people received it. The item is currently not on maps or in official stores, it can only be bought from other players. Due to the high demand and small supply, the cost of the bandana has now exceeded $1,000 and many are ready to spend such insane money for a bunch of pixels. Fact 2, the record for the number of players online. It is Pubg that currently holds the record on Steam for the number of concurrent players, 3,106,358. According to this indicator, the game is ahead of the long-term leader, Dota 2. Fact 3, the game was based on fashion. Brendan Green, under the nickname PlayerUnknown, was originally engaged in modding for the game Arma. But the Battle Royale mode he invented has become so popular that it has grown into a separate game, the popularity of which is growing day by day. Fact 4, Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. After winning, the player sees the phrase Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. Its semantic translation, there is a win, you can eat. This phrase is associated with a casino, where lunch with chicken cost about the same as winning at the minimum bet. When the player won, he could go to have lunch. Fact 5, first version in 2017. The first version of Early Access was uploaded to Steam on March 23, 2017, and the first 2 million copies took just over a month. Fact 6, best-selling game of 2017. In total, almost 30 million copies of the game were sold last year. In 2018 this figure was significantly exceeded. Fact 7, 3D replays. The game allows the player to record cinematic replays of their game. Fact 8, why advertising? Bluehole did not spend money on traditional advertising for their game. The players themselves told each other about the novelty and unique gameplay, which led to the wild popularity of Pubg. A huge contribution to the promotion of the game was made by streamers who reviewed the game both independently and together with the creators of the game as part of troubleshooting and developing the gameplay. Fact 9, other creator nicknames. Before Brendan Green became known as PlayerUnknown, he used the nickname Captain Darling, which literally translates to Captain Darling. So the game could have had a completely different name. By the way, the version with Darling was taken from the historical comedy series of the British channel Blackadder with Rowan Atkinson in the title role. Fact 10, together with CS:GO. According to Steam, 55% of Pubg game owners also have CS:GO in their library. Fact 11, why not Pub? A long name implies the use of a short abbreviation for easier use in speech. Initially, it was planned to use Pub, but in order not to compete with pubs in search results, they decided to make an abbreviation of 4 letters, Pubg. Fact 12, film inspiration. The creator of the game drew inspiration from the films Battle Royale and The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games option was even considered as a title for the game, but this option had to be abandoned in order not to get problems with the filmmakers in the field of copyright. Fact 13. Where is the battle taking place? So far, the main card in the game is Arangel, named after the developer's daughter Erin. The map itself is based on places in Eastern Europe, which confirms the presence of characteristic buildings, terrain, as well as Dacia 1300 and US area of 8 by 8 kilometers, but a large area of the map is filled with water. But the new Miramar map, Miramar, with the same map area has a large land area and small areas of water. Fact 14. Bulletproof frying pan. The symbol of the game is a bulletproof frying pan. In many ways, it appeared in the game due to a whole series of errors and inaccuracies. Firstly, Green wanted to make a reference to the movie Battle Royale, where one of the main characters walks with a saucepan lid, but the creator of the game mistook it for a frying pan and added this object to the game. Already at a later stage of development, it was decided to add to the game such an action as knocking back grenades flying at the player with a frying pan. After a long work, the developers were able to do such an action in the game. Satisfied, they were poisoned to sleep. And in the morning, only one could hear the players discussing the bulletproof properties of the frying pan. The fact is that Green and other developers thought that they were making changes in the test version, but in fact they made changes in the next update, which went to the players. Fact 15. Different fire modes. Many weapons have 2 or 3 fire modes. Different modes are suitable for different situations. For example, indoors you can shoot at enemies in bursts, but at long distances it is best to choose the single-shot mode. 10 tips for newbies. Tip 1. Remove your weapons while running. At short distances this is not so important, but for long races and when crossing open areas of fire, it is best to run without weapons in your hands. Just remove it with the X button on PC and your character will run 6% faster. Tip 2. Take off your character's shoes. Perhaps in the future, the developers will correct this misunderstanding, but for now it is more profitable for players to run barefoot. The fact is that sneakers do not improve any running characteristics, but the character runs quietly barefoot, that is, does not make much noise. Tip 3. Use markers on the map. If you are on a team it will be helpful to leave markers on the map and use different direction markers. Tip 4. Set up negotiations within the team. You can communicate via voice chat with everyone or only within your team. Do not forget to disconnect from everyone else so that the enemies do not hear your negotiations. Tip 5. You don't have to rush into battle. This shooter is a survival game, so it doesn't really matter if you kill 100 enemies or a 1. Many top players prefer to get involved in battles only when 10 to 20 players remain on the map. This allows you to reduce the risk of being killed at the very beginning, and also allows you to collect the best loot from your enemies for the final battle. Tip 6. Where are they shooting from? If you don't know where and who is shooting at you, then the advice is very simple: run. It is best to retreat with a fast car, otherwise you will still be an easy target for those enemies who see you, but have not yet given out their location. Tip 7. Pistols are pointless. After a few minutes of the game, many players already have more or less good weapons, so there is simply no point in wasting space in the inventory on a pistol and cartridges for it. Only leave this weapon if you haven't found anything better. Tip 8. Keep moving. As soon as you stop in place, there will always be someone who will shoot you from a long distance. Even indoors, try to be always on the move so that it is difficult to hit you. Tip 9, what's in your hands? Bad weapons don't always mean defeat. Use the strengths of the weapons at your disposal. For example, a sniper with a less powerful rifle can take a good position and win the battle. But with a shotgun, you can always sit in the building and wait for the victim inside. Tip 10, study the map. In any situation, it is best to know the map well. Whether you are the first or the last to enter the safe area, buildings and terrain can be of great help.